What's up? What's going on? It is Lugo back with Fat to Fit, day 31, back with another push day. I think this is my ninth push day in the last month or so, week 5. I have 2 push days, so push day 9. Here I am taking some warm ups. I decided to record my warm ups today just to see how they were moving. I decided to, instead of doing my straight sets today, I decided to do a top set, two down set type of. I don't know what to call it. My brain's fogging, but top set, down set today. And I did 150 for 10. And the weight felt good, but my elbow was kind of like tingling a little bit. Like not in a bad way, like it wasn't hurting, but it was weird. It was a weird feeling sensation. So have to be careful with that. Um, but I did 150 for 10, and then my down sets were 140 for 2 sets of 10. And honestly, I'm so happy to finally be over a plate for working sets again. And I think I started this program that I wrote for myself, which is just the compound lifts and then bodybuilding stuff. But I think I started with bench like 95, or maybe it was like 115. It was something really light. Like I haven't benched that much since I started. And when I started lifting initially, I wasn't very strong. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you know, fat people were super strong," and that wasn't the case. I was never really that strong when I started. I had to really work for it. Like I think when I started, it was hard for me to really bench 45. I remember I was on the Smith machine with tens on each side, and knowing how much this Smith weighs, this is the Smith that I started with when I was 16. Had it for, man, I think 10 years, but this bar weighs 20, 10 on each side, so that's like 40 pounds. I could barely bench 40 pounds when I started, and I was like 250, 260. So being able to do this now, basically restarting all the way again, haven't lifted, fat again, to be able to be here again is awesome. You know, um, just grateful that I'm not that weak anymore. Obviously, muscle memory and all that, but just trying to progress week to week. I think so far I'm up like 30 pounds, no, 25 pounds on my sets of 10 so far, because I started at 115 for 12, and now I did 140 for 2 sets of 10. I think I might just keep straight sets because that 150 kind of felt weird on my elbow, and I don't want to rush it. Like, I don't want to rush the progression, especially because I want to do all my sets like straight sets. I don't really know if I am like too excited about top set, down set, because I'm not that strong. Like, and it would just be 10 more pounds really or something like that. So I think I might just keep it to straight sets, but felt strong on these here too. I think this is a high incline military press. It's not necessarily just a straight up military press because there's a little bit of an incline. But I like doing these just over shoulder press just because it feels better. I don't know, like it doesn't feel as good if I'm vertical completely. It kind of messes with my elbow. This gets a little bit more of a upper chest in there. Oh, and then I did some push downs today, really taking these close to like I guess maybe not close to failure, but right at failure. I think this was like 100 for 8. I was standing a little bit too far here, so I moved closer. But not gonna lie, forearm is looking juicy already, man. I've been doing some extra forearm work I think for like the last 2 weeks. Really added in forearm work as well as trap work because I feel like those two muscles in general, along with like my arm development, have been not the greatest in my whole lifting career. So that I'm starting back, I've thrown in reverse curls on my pull day, my first pull day, and then wrist curls on my second pull day. I was initially doing them both on both days, but out of convenience, I kind of switched it around, and I like how this works. And then I'm also doing traps on my pull days now as well after deadlifts, just to get in some work there because I think having big traps in a shirt is very domineering in my opinion. Like, and it just fills out your frame very well. They're just two muscle groups that like you don't think that they make a huge difference, but when you put on a shirt, like you can tell, bro. The traps and the forearms are insane. So I added those last week, I think, or maybe the week before. Just some not that heavy work, but here I did some JM press. I did 2 sets. Really, just I keep going up in weight in these because I'm trying to find a good place to like be at, and I think this is still too light. Um, but on the second set, I noticed I was rushing the centric pretty fast. Like this first set was nice. I had a good tempo. I found the groove where I needed to be. But on the second set, for whatever reason, I started rushing it after a few reps. So I ended up getting two more reps than this first set actually. But to me, it wasn't better than the first set because I was rushing it too much. Like I just started to go too fast. I was just cranking them out for whatever reason. I really don't remember why, but yeah, I need to make sure that I have a good tempo because all of this is I'm trying to train like a bodybuilder here. I wouldn't call them accessories because I don't really I consider each movement its own, and I really want to make sure I keep a good tempo, and really control the weight. Don't let it control me. But I definitely went too too fast here. So that's just something for next time. Just to make sure every set is good, controlling the tempo at the same rate, and I did some lateral raises to finish off. I think I did 3 sets. This is the first set here. One thing I noticed with these is that my left arm was going not as high as the right arm, which I didn't necessarily feel, but I looked back in it and I was noticing. Um, I only did I think 9 reps here. This is like 20, but with side delts, I like to do partials because I like going very high on these. So when I get fatigued, I start to just go where I can, and it feels pretty good. Like it's actually getting more reps. They're not technically, I guess, partials that much, but it feels really good though. Um, but this video has come to an end. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 32. Goodbye.